Hello guys, the DB Grinder here, back at it again with another video, and this time I'm here with,
Jonte.
and what'd you play, and what'd you place at the German Nationals this weekend?
Yeah, I placed top 32 and I played Go Second Purely.
Okay, and do you want to do any shoutouts before we hop in?
Yeah, perfect. Shout out to the Münster gang and of course my the boys group from testing and also to the guys from Junk's Playground.
Okay, bet, and you ready to hop in?
Yeah, of course, I'm ready.
Alright, let's hop right in.
Yeah. So to start off, we just play the Purely cards. They're pretty standard, three light ones, three dark ones, and yeah, you have to play three, you have to max them out for maximum consistency and grind game. Um, Yeah, also the quick spells, you have to max them out. Delicious is at one, unfortunately, but it is okay. You have to play Go Second now. And yeah, I guess my friend at three is pretty standard and one trap. Some people play three, but yeah, the trap is a brick and just Noir with two or three materials go first is not enough. That's why we play Go Second. And something that we can notice is a bit specific in this list is the field spell. We play the field spell, not many people do this. And yeah, this field spell is crazy. It protects from targeting because, yeah, it says that and it recovers your board if your opponent breaks it. And yeah, that helps through play through sprite boards, through Kashira boards. And yeah, if you know some cards like Impermanences or Widow Anchors, you can just set up it and yeah, play through all. That's for the purely cards. They're pretty self-explanatory, and yeah, as I mentioned before, it's a go second list. That's why we play Dark Ruler no more. That's the best go second card in the format, I assume. It breaks every board. There's no board it doesn't break besides Despia, and Despia is your worst matchup. Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate, but yeah. Also, this is the reason why I play Pot of Prosperity. On the one hand, it's increases your consistency, but also you can dig out Dark Ruler, and yeah, you really need Dark Ruler for the Runic Sprite boards. And yeah, not many people negate the Prosperity with Carrot, and that's an advantage you can use. Um, yeah, furthermore, you breaking through boards is pretty easily with the Purely engine and the Happiness, but hand traps and back row cards specifically can stop you pretty easily, like Impermanences, Book of Moons, and so on, which is pretty popular right now. So we play Lightning Storm and Feather Duster to clear them. And yeah, the other four spell removals are Talents and one Thrust. I know this ratio is a bit weird, but yeah, to be fair, these cards weren't so good. I mean, I have to play Talents because of the Kashira deck, and yeah, Frost is also in the same category. But yeah, if Kashira is not in the format, I wouldn't play them because they are just not this good. Go second against the other decks. And yeah, to be fair, Frost was really, really bad. I draw it only go first, and you don't have any really good go first targets beside the trap. And yeah, I would have cut it, so it would be clean 40. For monster hand traps, you play free Ash, of course, from Brandred, but it wasn't bad at all. It is really good against Kashira, I assume, because they lost much consistency on the ban list, and you can Ash their starter like Pot of Prosperity or the Field Spell, and often they don't really have a play beside maybe a Rise Up Pass or something like that, but you can deal with that. And yeah, at the beginning of the format, many people said Droll is a bad card, but I think Droll is insane. So you have to play Droll. Droll stops the Sprite deck. It's sometimes good against Kashtira. It's really good against Runic Sprite and Dragon Link, and I really liked it because in this deck you have to play cards that, yeah, receive card advantage because you have to get before your opponent, and yeah, this card's trade positive. Yeah, Pank Drops is the same reason I never draw it, unfortunately, but in theory it would have been crazy because, yeah, it trades with bodies and it clears the Runic Field spell and also anti-spell, which is a huge problem. Yeah, that's for the main deck, and the side deck, the extra deck is standard. We play the Princess. This card no hits, always like a monster, and it's pretty hard, but yeah, you have to play it, I think. And yeah, Zeus package is also pretty standard. You have to play two Zeus because, yeah, sometimes Kashira can rip you out one Zeus, and you need another Zeus to beat the board if they summon everything in attack, which is correct. Yeah, the Purely package is also really standard. Many people play 2 Plump. I don't really understand that because you have only one Delicious left. You can summon it one time only. And yeah, it's also a huge bait because many Kashira players banish the Plump and feel safe. But yeah, the Plump doesn't really matter. It's important go first, but yeah, it doesn't really come up go second. Yeah, you can go for double Noir, which is incredible, but you can one Noir is usually enough. Yeah, Beauty and Noir at 2 is pretty standard and Happy too, I guess. But yeah, the best Purely card is by far is Happy. This Happiness, it's crazy. It searches 4 cards, clears every board, makes OTKs by herself. It's incredible. This card, I really love it. Yeah, for links, Anima, I guess, is pretty standard. You can play through boards and you can send the material you equip with the spell away and take another card from your opponent. Then you send the anima and take another card, so you clear the board and gain card advantage. Linkuribo is here to out Ibli, obviously, because I've seen the trend that many people are going to play Ibli, especially in the side deck in Kashira. They side free Ibli, or in Sprite, they just put Ibli on your field. It won me my round 10, and the Runic Furhire player gave me Ibli, and I made Linkuribo and just won from this spot. Yeah, I guess it's a pretty solid card. I would play it. So yeah, DP in the extra deck. We also play it in the DPE package in the side deck, and yeah, I will explain it later. Yeah, for the side deck, obviously we play free shifter. People think you cannot play shifter, but you definitely can. The problem is if you go first and get shifted, then you probably lose because you can't set up a noir. But if you go second and you shifter, everything is good because your opponent loses cards, and you can still play because you have happiness. And yeah, you can summon it with the white guy from the hand, and then you can search 4 cards or up to 4 cards and make Zeus. But most of the times you really go for Noir and set up many interruptions so they can't come back. And yeah, this card beats nearly every combo deck, and it's pretty good against Branded Despia because Branded Despia is by far the hardest matchup because it has this kind of layered interruptions with Mirror Jade, sometimes Puppet, and yeah, Mirror Jade alone really beats you because you can't even play around it with the field spell because it doesn't target, and yeah, this matchup is hard. So yeah, also Bestials, they are for branded, but also for Dragonlink because Dragonlink is easier than branded, but both are not really easy. Yeah, I was pretty lucky because in Europe, branded is not that real. I played round 1 against branded. I drew, luckily, but the other rounds were I didn't face a single branded, and also in the top cut, I didn't see any branded players, maybe 1 or 2. Yeah. Also for branded, the organism, it's just here for branded. Maybe I'll cut it and yeah, just say if I play against branded, I have to draw Ash, otherwise I lose, and yeah, maybe take that risk. Yeah, and last, yeah, the DPE package, I guess that's the highlight. And the theory behind this is that you can go first and side it in, and you win against the mid-range decks like Vanquish Soul and Sprite and this game. You side it in, and they don't mind about DPE. They they just see the DPE and they are flashed. They ash you, and you just slap Destiny Fusion, and DPE wins every grind game. You can draw 2 cards, gain more card advantage. You just outgrind the mid-range decks because otherwise they outgrind you by the card advantage.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Yeah,
that's
I
fair. I
guess.
mean, yeah, that's a cool package. I saw other people trying to like main deck it on DB. It didn't seem that great, but I could see it like in the side deck. That's pretty cool, and it works with like the thrust too. But
Yeah,
yeah, I like it. I like it. Um, would you change anything in the list other than like what you talked about
yeah,
with like the
definitely.
thrust?
I would cut the trust, and I would definitely play Cosmic Cyclone because Kashira. I didn't mind about that. I just saw D-Barrier and DPE. Destiny Fusion also plays around D-Barrier a bit because they call XZ, and then you make a Destiny Fusion. This punishes a bit, but against Kashira, you usually do not side the fusion because yeah, it's not that good because nearly every card in your deck breaks the Kashira board by itself. The problem is anti-spell, which is yeah, if they draw, you probably lose because many cards in your hand are dead. So I would probably cut the organism for Cosmic Cyclones. You can also set the Cosmic Cyclone going first and play through Yeah, you interrupt your opponent. I guess that would have been a good change.
Mm-hmm. Would you change the extra deck at all, or would you keep it exactly the same?
The extra deck was pretty good. The new card is coming out, Azalea. That would be a good addition to it. Maybe I'll cut the Princess Bride, but I guess you need another rank to just have the possibility to make this rank too.
Mm-hmm.
A rank.
That's fair. That's fair. Do you have any final words you want to say? Any final shoutouts?
Any final shots? Yeah, of course. Shout outs to my boy Dewey. We built this deck together. Unfortunately, yeah, he had a pretty bad day and he got clapped by many players, and I'm pretty sorry for him, but I managed it to reach a top cut for us.
Well, congrats on the top. Thank you for doing this deck profile with me. It's definitely interesting. And yeah, the DB Grinder signing off. Peace. Have a nice day. Stay safe.